from her. I can see her chin and all that.
Okay.
We recording.
All right.
We off pause.
Hi, y'all.
What's going on?
I don't even know what episode this is. What episode
18?
is this? 18. So this is episode 18, part 2. This is the anniversary special.
Yeah.
And we ended our Facebook Live with the proposal. So if you didn't hear the rest of our video, check it out on Facebook Live, or we'll have the part 1 on YouTube. So in 2012, which is the same year we got married, in February, 2 days before Valentine's Day, which happened to be a Saturday, Henry decided that he was going to propose. So he called me at work and said, "Don't worry about dinner. I got reservations." And I said, "Ooh, fancy." So we went home.
Fancy, huh?
We went home, and I got dressed, because I was in my work clothes. And so we had to stop over at his niece's house because she had a baby shower that day, and we weren't able to make it because we both had to work. So we took her gift over there, and we were just hanging out in her dining room, and he just hands me a box. And I'm like, a ring box. And I looked at it, and I'm like holding it, so I'm like, so this whole time I'm waiting for the joke. So just keep thinking, just like keep going with me this whole time. Like the whole story, I'm just waiting for the joke. For him to just burst out laughing and just say he was joking. So he hands me the box, and I just look at it, and then I'm like, I open it. Now, I see there's a ring in there, but it's not an engagement ring. It's the wedding band. So I look at it, and so I'm smiling, and I look at him, and I'm like, are you going to put, and I'm like, and I'm waiting for him to be like, no, I'm just playing, and give me the real ring. But no, he just stood there as, with like, excitement in his eyes because he just gave me my ring. And I'm like, well, put it on me. Like, because I'm waiting for, like, the actual proposal. But he just hands me the box in front of everybody. And I'm just like, And then I see it's the wrong ring. But then I didn't want to embarrass him because obviously he didn't realize it was the wrong ring. So he puts the ring on. And so we're just hanging out. And then we decide, he's like, it's time for us to go to our reservations. So we go to dinner. So the reservations were at Mongolian Grill, who doesn't really have reservations.
You can't make reservations there.
But it was still the thought that counts. He was trying to be very romantic, and the fact that he wanted to do all of it himself, that was very special to me. So we eat dinner, and I'm still waiting for the I got you. That's the wrong ring. No, that's right. You're right. Right. I'm sorry. I skipped the part. So we're driving to the restaurant, and I'm like waiting for him to say, okay, I made a mistake, or he was joking. So I'm like, you gave me the wrong ring, right? And he's like, there's a way I'm supposed to give you the rings, or like an order. And I'm like, yeah, the one with the diamond on the pedestal one is the engagement ring. And he's like, oh shoot. So we go home, and then he gets the real ring, the engagement ring. And then he hands it to me in the car, and he says, will you marry me? And of course, I was crying, just a little bit. Right. And I said, yes, of course. And he gave me the actual engagement ring, and then we went to dinner.
Yeah, now that's the thing with that. Listen here, man. It's my first time getting married. I never asked nobody. So I didn't know it was like the engagement ring was the one with the diamond sticking up off of it. Like, it's not just a band. It's got an actual rock on top of that something. Like, man, this is noise. This must be the wedding ring right here. Like, that's how I was thinking. Like, the wedding band was the engagement one, and the one with the big rock on it was the one. Because you know what I mean? You see on TV, all these people get married, they give them a big ass rock for their wedding. Like, at their wedding, they get a rock on their finger, like, bow. So I'm like, okay, well, that gotta be the wedding ring. It gotta be. There's no other way to put this. It gotta be the wedding ring. So yeah, I gave her the wrong ring, made reservations somewhere I couldn't make reservations. See, that's what a boss do. You make the impossible happen. I made reservations at a place. That's like calling McDonald's, like, I need a reservation. They be like, okay, all right, well, you just show up whenever you're ready to reserve something, and we got you. So yeah, that was reckless.
So then that same year, because we got married in 2012, that's when I started preparing for the wedding. Now, just like everything else in my life, I'd already practically planned my wedding before the wedding. Like all girls do that at some point. I mean, you have a vision of what you want your wedding to look like. So I already had my colors. Of course, you knew purple was going to, those that know me know that purple was going to be in my theme in some form or fashion. And so basically, we set a budget, and I made it happen. Now, Henry's a simple guy. He don't need to be involved. He don't care. He just need to know what he got to wear and what time he got to be there. And if there's anything he needs to do otherwise.
And man, I like to take a moment, because like everybody that was at our wedding, man, I salute y'all, man, because it was wonderful, man. Like, it was wonderful. Like, and the guys, I told them I would pay for their tuxes, but then my big brother Will was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna have you pay for that. I'll pay for mine. So since he paid for his, everybody else had to pay for theirs. So it was like, man, I'm just glad all y'all was there, man. And Joe, man, rest in peace.
He was so happy.
Yeah, he was happy as heck.
Everybody was happy. All the men were happy to be involved in that. You know, it was nice to be able to see the men dressed up, see the men happy to be out of their out of their comfort zone, but to be flying. And of course, all of them are handsome. You know, so they look.
Yeah, you know our family. We a bunch of even without the haircut.
They were suits. I mean, and the colors. My colors worked out perfectly, because when I picked up my dress. Which when I picked up my dress on my birthday, I spent, I made plans with my girls to pick out our dresses on my birthday, and it was so funny. All the dresses I picked out, I probably tried on 8-10 different dresses, and the very last one I tried on was the one that I kept, and that's the one I wore at the wedding, and it had the little champagne accent on the flap or the decoration of the bottom part, whatever you call it. I don't know all that stuff, but anyways, that ended up being the color that we accented the suits with, which went perfect. I mean, the colors were perfect.
Yeah.
So, and of course, those that were at the wedding. You have anything else to say about the preparation?
It was fun.
And just to know, for those that were interested, our budget was $5,000.
Yeah.
So outside of our engagement rings, our budget was $5,000. I mean, out of our rings, period. Was $5,000. So that included the food, the venues, our dresses, their tuxes, all the decorations at the reception, paying the pastor, our wedding planner. Shout out to David Givens and his wife. How do you say her name? Well, David's wife, but I can't remember how to say her name. And she was our wedding planner. She was awesome.
And he the photographer, so you can get like a joint pack, group pack, what is it called?
A combo.
Yeah.
A combo service package,
yeah,
I guess.
You can get the wedding planner and the photographer.
Chelly Givens and his wife, David Givens. They were our wedding planner.
And his wife.
Did I say her?
And his wife, David Givens.
I mean, and her husband, my bad.
We all pause over here.
Yeah. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. But anyway, so they were our photographer and wedding planner, and they did awesome. There was not a hitch. If there was any problems that ever happened, I didn't know about them because Shelly had it together.
Yeah, man, it was.
And the wedding was exactly what I wanted. We got to spend. Yeah.
What? What you say?
Queen had something to say about that. So it was exactly what we wanted. We didn't need nothing big, extravagant, because our love was already there. We just wanted to be able to celebrate our love with our friends and family and with God, and just have fun. And it was perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. And another thing, man, it was like, it's like we were marriage, man. Let me explain this to you real quick. I can explain this to y'all real quick. Marriage is a mind state, not a piece of paper or anything like that. So if you're in a jacked up relationship and you thinking a marriage is gonna cure your relationship, it's not. It's just gonna make it harder to get away from them. Like on some real stuff, because I mean, like, if you mentally married, the paperwork ain't nothing but legal stuff. Like, her bills are now our bills, or her debt is now our debt. My debt is our debt. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more hers and mine. It's now ours. So it's like, plus another thing, that we didn't understand is if I would have passed away before we got married, she would have been entitled to anything of mine. Like it would have went to the state, and then the state would have distributed it to everybody. She wouldn't have had nothing. So you know what I mean? You got to think about that too. Like, what kind of legacy are you leaving? Like, are you gonna leave your significant other empty-handed, or are you gonna give it to them? Like, you can also get life insurance and just put them as your beneficiary. But we didn't even think about life insurance till after we got married. Now we got all that. Like, we good now.
Well,
time check.
Yeah, and also one thing, and we didn't really talk about this before now, but we're off pause, so we're just gonna be honest. So one thing Henry and I noticed at our reception, and not to offend anybody, not to hurt anybody's feelings, this is just real life. Like, this is how life is. How everybody, because we had like the table for the parents, that was like marked for them to sit there, but then the guests could sit wherever they wanted. And those that were at the wedding, you could think back, where did you sit at our wedding? Like at the reception, where did you position yourself? Now think about this. If you can remember back, I know it's been 5 years, but think back to when we were at the reception and you just chose to sit where you sat. You sat in the seats at the distance away from us in accordance to how close you are with us in real life.
Yeah.
Just think about that. And that was done subconsciously. Like, you guys I don't even think you guys thought about that at the time. But just think back to it. And I'm saying that to be honest and to just be real, because there are a lot of people in our lives that we have now that we talk to every day, or we talk to weekly, or we see each other often. And there are people that are part of our lives that we see when somebody dies, or at a holiday, or
the Father's Day barbecue.
Yeah. And then the rest of the year we don't hear from them. We don't, and I'm not putting any blame on anybody, because we're busy and we have 2 kids and full-time jobs and everything, but that was an important day for me and Henry,
Yeah, and that's crazy, because on some real stuff, now that you say that, I mean, we talked about it before, but on some real stuff, like Erica, Brian, it was Cheney.
Yeah.
It was like all the people that we real close to, like that we talk to on a regular, like weekly basis, they sit the closest to us. Like, and we didn't even plan that like that. I asked Sweetie, like, did we have assigned seating?
Mm-mm.
And she like, no, they sit wherever they wanted to.
The only table that was marked was the parents' table.
Yeah, that's it. And everybody else sit. Yeah, how cool they are with us. Like, that's crazy. Like, and that's some subconscious stuff. So you really need to start thinking about subconsciously. That's 30 seconds off. So
okay. So I just wanted to put that out there because we never really talked about that before. And this is our channel and we can talk about what we want to. And if it did offend you, then maybe you need to deal with that on your own. Maybe you need that can convict you and to
do some soul searching.
To realize that, okay, why am I not as close to as I want to? And maybe it's something we're doing. If it's something we're doing, talk to us about it. I have no problem, working on myself. I constantly work on myself every day.
This the thing. This is the main thing with me. And it pisses me off. I got people numbers that have my numbers. Now, how is it by default I have to call you? Like, people never call, but then when you do call, they be like, oh, you can't call nobody. Well, you got my number too. So you can't call nobody? Like, that's what's crazy to me. People, like, they want to blame everybody else for the thing that's going on instead of they self. Like, man, you could have called me just as easy as I could have called you. Like, so if you sitting there and you like, if you really like my guy Chief, the other day I called him, I'm like, hey, bro, you need anything? You doing good? How you feeling? Is everything all right? Not. I call my sisters. I call a lot of people. I call a lot more people than people that call me. I can leave my phone here. It don't even ring. Like, I don't even my phone's not important to me no more. But everybody else I call, so it's going to be like, we're going to stop at like 15, 20 seconds.
Right.
20 seconds. Okay. Off pause.
We just talk about after the wedding.
After the wedding, don't worry about that. We still doing after the wedding thing. Don't worry about that. You will get to see that later on. HappilyMarriedTV@gmail.com. Happily Married TV is the YouTube channel. We got a Facebook page and all that, man. Until next time, man. We off pause out here.
Hey, y'all.
We are happily married. Ah!